Hey critics, and welcome back to the Critic Chronicles YouTube channel where you get commentary, reviews, and tabloid news. I'm your host, Patricia Hartley. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. It's Saturday, February the 21st, 2026. Hey critics, it's time to chronicle. Now let's talk Black on the cover, where of course we highlight Black excellence gracing the cover of today's latest magazines. Up first, Rolling Stone got Travis Scott gracing the cover of the February 26th issue. Billboard, Giveon, you got Simon Gabrielou and then Shy Alexander. They're on the sports issue of Billboard. Vanity Fair, Teyana Taylor, she's on the winter 2026 issue. And as if that wasn't enough, she's also on the Marie Claire issue as well, which is the Changemakers issue. The Hollywood Reporter has Ryan Coogler on the front of the February 11th issue. Esquire has A$AP Rocky rocking in the March 2026 issue. And Veranda, the Hollywood issue, has Shonda Rhimes on the March-April issue. Come on, Shonda. Yes, Shondaland. And while I'm at it, let's talk a little bit about some of the top reads. I'll say that is here on either Hoopla or Libby. We have Afro Vegan by Bryant Terry, Black Fortunes by Shamari Wills, and also the Jemima Code. I actually have skimmed through that. It's by Tony Tipton Martin. Eloquent Rage by Brittany Cooper. What attracted me to this book actually was like the front porch conversation. Like the audiobook argues that ultimately feminism, friendship, and faith in one's own superpowers are all we really need to turn things right side up again. So yeah, front porch. When I see anything about the front porch, y'all, you know. Astrophysics for People in a Hurry by Neil deGrasse Tyson, and also Black AF History by Michael Harriot. Again, all available via Hoopla or Libby, both free streaming platforms made possible through our local library. As a reminder, here at the Critic Chronicles, our goal is to provide quality but juicy content from websites, digital magazines, and tabloids, most of which are sourced from our public libraries. Research from the National Library of Medicine show that there are an estimated 17,000 public libraries nationwide, totaling 4 million visits each day. Public libraries are civic organizations that are committed to providing invaluable resources beyond books that are free and open to the public. Get your library card to access thousands of resources today. Now, of course, I want to get into sort of more of our library resources. I have linked actually a website in the show notes to a library that has an online like e-resource database. As stated on site, all of the resources shown have been sourced, written, or reviewed by either professionals, providing like a wealth of like free information on thousands of topics for a variety of age levels. Now, many of our online resources, or many of the online resources linked, can also be used like from home, in the office, or even at school. Some of them, though, just as a reminder, you will have to link it to some sort of a library card number. Now, I'm going to highlight a few of the databases that have worked very well for me, and of course the why. And please note that these are not, they may not be the same resources that's actually at your library. So be sure to check your library or your local library to see if they have a list of resources as well for you. Yeah. Additionally, let's go ahead and get this thing started. So first up, they actually have a driving test resource where you can actually go to drivingtest.org. It is state specific, but basically state specific driving handbooks and practice tests for anybody seeking a driving license in the state of whatever the said state is, including like a first time drivers, who might need to take like a written exam, those looking to qualify for like maybe even the CDL. If you operate even like motorcycles, that information is at the library. And each one of the states there, once you go to the drivingtest.org, you can actually switch over the state. It's probably like backslash and like whatever the state is, but again, you know, you can always Google it as well. The Learning Express Library It provides resources for high school students, college students, and also adults preparing to graduate maybe high school, enter into higher education, or maybe even begin a career. It includes some skill lessons covering like reading, writing, and they say arithmetic. But y'all, when I say arithmetic, I just think, a little dated. But it doesn't matter. The resource is what matters the most. I'm over here laughing. Child, these people trying to help us. Practice exams for the SATs, the ACTs, GED, and also the AP tests can be found there. Resources in Spanish to prepare for like U.S. citizenship tests as well as the GED. Career preparation in the form of like job guides, interview prep, as well as practice certification tests. All of that information can be found at the Learning Express Library. Now, this is one of my absolute favorites. Now, am I tripping? But didn't this used to be a free resource? But LinkedIn Learning, right? LinkedIn Learning gives access to thousands of easy-to-use video tutorials and on-demand courses covering anything from business to software technology and maybe even creative skills taught by recognized industry professionals. It also brags about saying that they have courses in 7 different languages. You can prepare for and earn professional certifications, curated learning paths, connect course content relevant to related skills and or career paths. I believe they also have some sort of a way for you to be able to, yes, like have favorites, but also kind of course, have a transcript of everything that you've taken. So yeah, they link it together and I think also recommend other certifications for you if you start doing that route. So yeah, shout out to LinkedIn Learning. Okay. It used to be specifically tied to what LinkedIn, right? But now, of course, if I'm not mistaken, many companies have either purchased it, and that includes maybe libraries, but maybe even a company that you work for might also have it. And then you log in with your credentials from work. Yeah, just because that's the way it's now officially set up. Another one, and I've talked about this before actually, is the New York Times. It is a highly regarded, of course, American newspaper known for its investigative journalism and coverage of national and international news and, of course, culture. For complete access to the online digital version of the New York Times, you may have to register maybe through your library, like in person. I will say that in one state that I lived in, I did have to go in person to do like a one-time registration. Or you might have a library that either has it available for you like online virtually, so you don't have to worry about that. And then only thing you got to put in is your library credentials. But either way, of course, you always want to check with your local librarian. And the final one, y'all, that I have is the Wall Street Journal. You get complete access to the online digital version of the Wall Street Journal. And of course, the journal is a U.S. business focused English language international daily newspaper based in New York City, published 6 days a week. Now, depending on the library, you may have it where you can only use this resource in the library. Maybe they have a computer specifically for the Wall Street Journal. I'm not sure. But the library that I linked, actually, you just did a login with your library credentials. Yeah. You can browse it by date for like articles in different categories like the arts, business, finance, politics, pop culture, and of course sports. You can also look up obituaries, editorials, cartoons, letters to the editor from like famous people. They're also indexed. And then it is updated daily as well. So like it's comprehensive. And I think specifically this database starts in 1984 and it goes until the present. So you can see the present one and you can also see the past up until it looks like 84. Yeah. So I just wanted to share like more library resources. These are some of my favorites, but out of the ones that I named, the one that I probably have honestly used the absolute most is probably LinkedIn Learning. Well, it's not probably, I know for a fact it's actually LinkedIn Learning, and that's just by happenstance because at one point in time it was free. And even when they got rid of the free version, I was in search of like, do I work for a company that has this? Is there a library? But yeah, luckily the library, y'all, the library saved my life. You know how they say a DJ saved my life? I don't know where that came from, but I don't know why that just happened in my mind, but I just had to share that with y'all. And thank you so much for listening to the foolishness that I'm doing right now. Okay. Y'all, for access to like the full YouTube episodes that we have here, be sure to browse the channel and check the show notes in the description box. We are hosting Vlogmas, y'all, in honor of Black History Month, and we'll release a video every day in the month of February 2026. We're also using this as a kickoff to 1,000 subscribers, so tell a critic of a critic to subscribe, baby. And also be sure to subscribe to our backup channel, Hey Critics, also linked in the show notes. Thanks again for tuning in to the Critic Chronicles YouTube channel, where you get commentary, reviews, and tabloid news. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload.